We're from Jersey, baby, 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 baby. And you're not.
Back your hips up, down, up, down.
We're from Jersey, baby. From Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. Baby, 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 and you're not.
I guess that wasn't good enough. Because now here they come with some other stuff. Who comes up with this shit anyway? Was it one or a group of niggas just sitting around one day? Feeling a little insecure again about being called black and decided that African American sounded a little more exotic. Well, I think you were being a little more neurotic. It's that same mentality that got Amos and Andy put off the air because they were embarrassed about the way the characters spoke. And as a result of that action, a lot of wonderful black actors ended up broke. When we were just laughing and having fun about ourselves. So I say, fuck you if you can't take a joke. You didn't see the Beverly Hillbillies being protested by white folk. And if you think that, of course you think that being called African American sets all black people's minds at ease, since we affectionately call each other nigger, I affectionately say to you, nigga please. How come I didn't get a chance to vote on who I'd like to be? Who gave you the right to make that decision for me? I ain't under your rule or in your dominion, and I'm entitled to my own opinion. Now, there are some African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But not a brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you keep trying to attach yourself to a continent where even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people there wouldn't even claim you as one of them, as a purebred daughter or son of them. Your heritage is right here now, no matter what you call yourself or what you say. And a lot of people died to make it that way. And if you think America's a leader on inequality and suffering and grieving, how come there's so many people coming and so few leaving? Rather than all this fine thought with America shit you promoting, if you want to change something, use your privilege. Get to the polls, come and voting. God knows we've earned the right to be called American Americans and be free at last. And rather than you moving forward with progress, you're dwelling in the past. We struggled too long, we've come too far. Instead of focusing on who we were, let's be proud of who we are. We're the only people whose name is always a trend. When is this shit gonna end? Look at all the different colors of our skin. Black is not our color, it's our core. It's what we've been living and fighting and dying for. But if you choose to be called African American and that's your preference, then I'll give you that reference. But I know on this issue I don't stand alone on my own. And if I do, then let me be me. And I'd appreciate it if when you see me, you say, there goes a man who says it loud. I'm black. I'm black. I'm a black American, and I'm proud. Because I love being an American. And I love being black. I love being called black. Yeah, I said it. And I don't take it back.
So, Mayor, Ron and I are having our coffee yesterday, right? And I turned to him and I says, you want to do something Saturday or what? Mayor, get this. He goes, what's Saturday? I asked him again, do you want to do something Saturday? It's February the 14th. Yeah, give him a chance. Mayor, I don't get it. What's Saturday? Mayor, do nod for brains, okay? I mean, it's like the man's got a death wish or something, all right? No, I didn't say nothing. I just looked at my daughter and I said, do me a favor, will you? Marry for money.
The Boomer Bunker is recorded live in front of an online audience.
You think your stupid little podcast or your little TV show is going to change the world like hell it is?
I'm going to start a podcast that has no focus, and it'll take up an inordinate amount of time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 390th episode of the Boomer Bunker. I'm one of your co-hosts, John Domingo, and alongside me, my co-host, the Duchess of Corn Dogs.
Good evening.
And quietly lurking in the background, we got producer Mike. I believe that I've taken this too seriously. I've taken my podcasting journey, motherfucker. Yes, that happens. Sometimes I trip over my own tongue, as we will find out later. I have a little surprise in the voicemail section. So, Duchess, isn't it funny how whatever you don't, it's just like a very just comment that you make off comment, and then all of a sudden the chat and the fans run with it, and you become a muse.
Yeah.
You said that you were in Florida last week, and you went to the Florida State Fair, and you had a corn dog, and it was the first corn dog you ever had.
It was most memorable.
Yeah, and I didn't think anything. We just asked if there was any condiments on it, or whatever. We just went on.
Yeah.
The next morning, Nitsimoto, or Dirk, or as we call him, sends me a text and says, "You know, that dancing Duchess in the green dress, what if she danced with a corn dog?" And I said, "You know something? You're going to get me in trouble. Hold on, let me see how fast I can get this done." And it took on a life of its own. I mean, Dean had you with a corn dog. You were in a pool, an inflatable corn dog. What else? What other corn dog?
I don't know. I stopped.
Oh,
I didn't open the chat
married a
anymore.
corn dog. Remember, you married a corn dog.
No.
You were walking down the aisle with a corn dog. So yeah.
Would the corn dog have gotten me something for Valentine's Day? So I'm thinking that would be nice.
Give me some meat.
Yeah. So welcome to podcasting. When you say something, and the next thing you know, you're the Duchess of
I'm
corn
glad
dog.
to be a source of everyone's amusement.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. So from what I understand today, you left a little note in there that you were given mouth-to-mouth today?
No, I was not doing mouth to mouth. I took a CPR class.
And there was no mouth-to-mouth training?
Well, yes, but it's different than what it used to be. They give you masks now, so it's not direct mouth on mouth. Because one of the concerns about people with mouth to mouth is that adults won't give another adult that they have no idea mouth to mouth. Because exactly, for every reason that you just ran through your head. Yes. Now, I mean, it's different.
Sorry. All right. So now they use masks, right?
There are masks that come with an AED kit. So yeah, a lot of times you can just use them for an adult. So.
Okay. So you put this over the person's mouth and then you blow into it, or does it have a thing you put under your arm and?
No. It looks like if anybody has ever used like a nebulizer mask.
Yes.
So it looks like that, and you place it over you could probably get away with it with a child, not an infant, but a child or an adult. And you just have to hold the seal. You still have to elevate the chin to open the airway, and then you do the 2 breaths into that.
From a hose?
No, you breathe. There's a
like a mouthpiece on it?
A spout, a mouthpiece that you would blow into. So.
See, I haven't had this training. The last time I did, you had to put your lips over somebody. You had to hold their nose and open their mouths and put your mouth over their mouth, and
essentially,
we used to
make out with them. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, the guy falls. You're playing basketball. The guy falls over and clutches his heart. And you're like, all right, who's giving him mouth to mouth? And we're like,
I'm not touching that guy. Yeah.
I'm no fag. He's dying. It's God's will. I don't know what to tell you. There's no woman here. Sorry.
Yeah,
one hand holds the chin, the other one cradles the balls. No, that's not how it works, Budvugger. Dean, it's not lip to lip. And it's definitely not down there. It's not. That's not the way to do. Yeah, don't blow in that. That doesn't work that way.
It does not.
No.
And they have you watch the videos, and it's I guess it's like a nervous reaction. You watch it and then you practice, and you have to do like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? And then you start, with the compressions. You start, and then the 2 breaths, and it's, I don't know if it's funny. It's like nervous energy. Like, so everybody's kind of like. The funny part disappears when they bring out the baby ones.
Oh,
Oh, like that's just it really brings it to like a reality. So it's like, God damn it. And and it's so much different for a baby. You have to, clearly you can't just be huge compressions on them. So just teaching us how to do that.
You just can't squeeze them like a doll.
No. Just,
Like that, like those rubber chickens.
they just, no. You can't do that. You might crush them, but
You can't squeeze them like a musical chicken, rubber chicken. No.
Here we go. Thanks, Dirk. I fucking hate you.
Hey, Duchess, this isn't even me.
Next time
you
see
put
you, I'm
that
gonna
up there.
kick you.
We didn't have to talk about this. You put in the banter that Duchess took CPR classes.
I just thought
so I
it'd
have
be interesting
questions.
that I took CPR class because I'm going to maybe one day save a life. How cool is that? But then,
you would be right because now the crowd has more. Listen, so let me ask you again. So the baby.
I'm not wearing the green dress to do that. So.
You don't have to. Pooches is already. Pooches is already out there, ready to go.
Pooches. I love that typo. Yeah.
Now he made me forget what I was thinking. Oh, okay. So back to the baby. Or okay. I'm sorry. Let me hold on. Jose said, "Hey, you know what? Something we didn't get any voicemail from Half Wet Back for Jose. I think we're on the outs. You haven't lived and you take CPR with a bunch of firemen. Those baby dummies are so violated. Oh no.
Well.
I think there's something obstructing its breathing." Yeah, get your dick out of its throat, you asshole. How dare you? That's horrible. I'm checking for obstructions. I'm trying to jam something down there.
A hands-free sweep, right?
Aaron says saving lives are overrated. All right, so wait a minute. Hold on. Let's back up here a little bit. Why did you have to take this course?
So we offered it for the place I work. There's a business that's affiliated with us that offered to do this. And since February is Heart Month,
it is.
We thought it is. So I thought it would be great to host an event for people to come out and learn that. So we had a few attendees, not a lot. It was also like at 12:30 at a brewery. So to get people to show up, so they showed up and then they could have stayed afterwards and had a couple drinks and all that. So
what was that? Hold on.
What?
Okay, we're good.
If there's no heartbeat.
I'm sorry, Duchess. We keep stepping on you. I apologize.
Right.
So, how many people did you have at the thing?
Oh, about 10. That's not too bad. It was a good turnout. And people popped in and we learned. It wasn't a course for where you walked. Diane here?
Diane's here. What happened to Diane show up?
It was a course that this gentleman usually offers for like a friends and family, like for people who want it but don't want to sit through like a 6-hour certification where you get a card and all that. So it was like it was only like 2 hours. It was still good to know. It was good information. And I suggest if anybody's interested, you check it out. So, because the life you save could be a family member. Because the importance of it is a lot of people who encounter an emergency, you have to wait. And if you can make a difference, even if it's for a family member, just to keep the blood going, to keep the heart moving, it will make a difference in saving their lives. The longer they wait, the less chance they have of survival. So it's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. We have a hard out today at 7:55. So I don't care if Duchess is in the middle of a sentence. We're out of here because I'm playing poker tonight.
So I'll be reading the phone number and be like,
yeah. So here,
John will just cut me off.
856-477. That's it. So Jody B, my Rubbernecker's co-host and friend of the show, he says that the All Apologies podcast. Damn it! Why don't I have this right? It's the trucker Andy who was on WATP. Him and his brother had their own. I'll have it in the show notes. It's All Apologies. Okay. They're having a podcast tonight, and they're playing poker while they're stream sniping Carl's show. And Jody's like, "Would you want to play?" I'm like, "Please, please." So we're supposed to do it tonight. So I'm a little nervous because it starts at 8:00 and they're live streaming on YouTube. Matter of fact, do I
strip
have
poker?
No, $20. I don't need to be. Listen,
Here's
I don't need to be. I don't need to be. What's it called? Arrested.
I forgot I said that.
Ooh, Jody sent me messages. Hold on. Stop the show. Let me see what's going on. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, I see what they're doing.
What are you talking about?
Jody sent me a message saying that
you're preparing for your other show for tonight.
Yes.
At the
Says, I know you're doing the show, just
audience.
passing these along. Okay, got it. All right. So I will share my screen here.
Sparky says liquor in the front, poker in the back at John's place.
Something
tonight.
like that, yes. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here. So if you guys want to check this out, it is, you go to this website on YouTube. There
Which
it
is?
is. It's called
super easy to
the
see.
I can't help that. What do you want me to do? It's called the All Apologies. Wait a minute. I can do better than this. I'll do this. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. There should be a tab here. There it is. No. Okay, no, you're right. It's called the All Apologies Podcast on YouTube. Check it out. And I'll be playing poker right after this.
All right. So immediately after the show, go to YouTube and type in All Apologies Podcast.
There you go.
You can watch John.
Thank you, Duchess. Thank you for bailing me out. Thank you, because I'm a mealy mouth mumbler. What can I tell you?
Just kind of took the long way to get there. So.
Didn't I?
A little bit.
Didn't I?
You kind of meandered down the promotion path.
Derpy derp.
Or derpy derp.
Derpy derp.
Where did I?
Pretty much. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking for my aha. I'm just trying to find out, because I set the see, I did this. I shouldn't have done this. I did this, but I shouldn't have done this.
I know.
All right, that's not the one. That's there it is.
Okay.
All right, hang on, I got to do this and then quick get it off of there. There we go.
Yes.
All right, we're back to the show, and we're back.
We're back. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes. So we better get to it, because we only have a little bit of time.
Yeah. So should I read anything? Should I do?
Oh yeah. Why don't you read our plugs or things?
Oh, I would love to do that.
This is going to be a shit show tonight. Go ahead.
You good? Okay. So John and I would love for you to follow us on social media. You can leave us a voice message at boomerbunker.com/voicemail. And you can also send us a text or leave a voice message by calling 856-477-1935. Join our Discord, which is boomerbunker.com/Discord. And find all the bunker dwellers there. We chat all day, every day. You can share anything you like, funny memes, news, things you want us to talk about. Definitely go there and do that. And if you'd like to support the show, hit up boomerbunker.com/support and toss a few bucks in the kitty. We'd love that.
Sure would. Daddy needs to play some poker tonight. Daddy needs a bankroll.
We can spring some money at you that way. Like
yes, we can.
Chugga chugga.
All right. So you, Duchess, you remember our buddy,
our favorite guy?
Our favorite guy, this guy.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I love that guy.
Yeah. Well,
he's awesome.
He got in trouble.
What happened?
I'll let you find out right here.
Baltimore City Police have charged a man. 31-year-old Dwayne Townsend is charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct on several occasions dating back to November of 2018.
All right. Now, you would think, like, what's he doing? Is he revealing himself to children? Did he flash a woman?
Right.
You know, some kind of sexual pervert?
Yeah.
Here we go.
And you see, that's what the problem is. Now, it's a beautiful day. I want to come outside with my shirt off, and I was just jogging, trying to get my body back in shape. And all of a sudden, I get hit stick like I'm on Madden, just boom, out of nowhere by a cop. And, you know, it scared the hell out of me. I was so scared, y'all, I didn't own myself. And I'm talking about I was wet. I was wetter than a well in a bubble bath drinking a bottle of water.
That's wet.
And to myself, I said, indecent exposure? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. What you want me to do? I'm a man. You want me to put on a bra? Man, that bra strap will snap like a bungee cord. Just go. And, you know, I just came out of court, and they just gave me 2 court dates. One for each titty. Since I was hard, it's hard to find toxic spots.
He got one for each titties. So, okay.
So, wait a minute. So he was out, like, jogging or running or something, and with his shirt off.
Yes, he's a man.
And he got a ticket for indecent exposure?
Apparently, he got a ticket for indecent exposure. So I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, I'm a rather large man, and I have some
robust fella.
Yeah, I'm a robust fellow, and I don't have the flattest chestises. I have some moobs. So I'm wondering, would I, if I went outside without a shirt, like you walk on the beach in Jersey, and there'd be fat people on the beach getting arrested. They wouldn't have enough. They'd have to bring a bus to the beach.
There wouldn't be
for the
anybody
fat
on the
men that
beach.
are out there.
It would be like there'd be like 30% people on the beach, like 70%
With no
would be
shirts.
round up in a bus.
Right. So
Yeah.
I went and I asked, okay, what constitutes indecent exposure?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you can read that.
I can.
That paragraph that's right under the video.
The hold up bit? Yeah.
Yeah.
So indecent exposure is generally defined as intentionally exposing one's genitals and sometimes other intimate body parts in a public place or in view of others in a way that is likely to offend, alarm, or sexually gratify.
Okay. Now, let's take them one by one.
Check out my penis.
All right. So if he only had his shirt off and they arrested him, would it be, do you think somebody would be sexually gratifying themselves to him?
I mean, maybe, but
you think?
I think it's a stretch. I don't know why that's really, I find.
How about no?
Okay, how
he's
about
not
no?
That big of a fella.
All right. Do you think it might alarm people? If you see, if he's jogging, now
Clearly
he says he
someone
was
got
out jogging.
Annoyed, yeah.
They could have been swinging back and forth, and that would be alarming, I would imagine.
Well, for some.
Right.
Other
Or
people would be cheering on, like, you go, dude. Like, I would clap for him. Like, go, man.
Right. So then it would have to be had to offend them. It would have had to offend them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to the core of what this is, it would have to be a deliberate or accidental wardrobe malfunction. No, it'd have to be deliberate. An accident, like say his shirt fell off and his male titties fell out. That wouldn't qualify.
They just happen to do that. Oops.
All right. So is a male's breasts, are they would they consider genitals? Oh, would female breasts be genitals? I don't know.
I think genitals are just your genitals, and then there's breasts, I suppose. I mean, if he's just got really large man boobs, I mean.
Yeah, but let's say there's a woman out there without a shirt on.
Okay.
Are breastises are they genitals? I don't think so. I honestly, I've never thought of it this way, to be honest with you.
Okay, so I just Googled, are breasts considered genitalia?
Okay.
And it says they are not anatomically classified as genitalia, which is defined as the reproductive organs.
There we go.
Breasts are mammary glands.
Yes, right.
Considered secondary sexual characteristics rather than primary sexual organs involved directly in reproduction.
Okay.
So, but in some
Take
cultures,
off your pants. Let's see your genitals.
Boy, talk about drying everything up right there. Female breasts are treated as private parts in some countries, but then so are women's ankles and hands. So, I mean.
Yeah, your moose lambs.
Yeah, well, just
I would imagine.
there. But yes, most likely anything that would probably get you clubbed with a rock.
And then also,
yeah.
And also they say buttocks in certain jurisdictions. Okay.
Buttocks, yes.
And it have to be in a public place or a public view. All right, he's out on the street. That's fine.
Yeah.
Now, here's the other one. The intent or effect often requires the intent to arouse sexual desire or to offend. I don't think he did that. So I'll be honest with you.
Right.
I think with just a halfway decent lawyer, he should be able to get these charges. Yeah, I think he's going to beat this. They're going to get the charges dismissed.
He's going to beat it really good.
I don't think anybody's going to beat it for him or to him.
Beat it himself. Yeah.
Okay, here's what does not usually constitute indecent exposure: breastfeeding, public urination. Would not be indecent exposure. It could be disorderly conduct.
Okay.
And nudist beaches where nudity is permitted. And changing clothes briefly without sexual intent.
I find that hard to believe, but okay.
So I guess you can't indecent exposure. All right. Common examples that can qualify: flashing someone, masturbating in public,
Ugh. Okay.
exposing genitals in a parking lot or vehicle where others can see, intentionally standing naked in a window visible to neighbors.
Oh, I've seen that. When I went to Michigan last year, there was a gentleman standing in the back patio with his his ass, maybe, but
just his ass hanging out?
Well, and he was in like chaps or something. It was really disturbing. I'm like, oh my God, I can see that guy's ass. I boogied. I just went right past it. We were walking
What is
through.
going on in Michigan? That was the same place where you guys were out
The
at
meat flaps, more indecent exposure. Yes.
Yeah, she bent over to tie a boat off, and her
Something
clam was
water.
hanging out
All
from
the
behind.
flaps. It was awful. I'm still traumatized. I think Dean's still talking about it, but it was.
Oh, Dean's always talking about it.
Those are some extra droopy flaps. Yeah, they were
Extra droopy flaps.
They were. Here you go, Michigan beaver.
It's a Michigan beaver, the toothless
Yeah.
Michigan beaver.
Aaron says, "Geez, it's like a guy can't even have any hobbies." I mean, you could, but you could get tickets for these hobbies.
Yeah.
Or jail, I suppose.
Nice beaver.
So anyhow, I hope he
interesting,
beats the charges. I do.
I hope he beats him really good. So, actually, I think that story's from a little while ago. I don't
Okay.
know if that's a
I will have
news
to-
story, but it's hysterical either way.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he did beat those charges.
All right. Well, why don't you look that up and let me get into my next
Yeah.
story while you're
One
looking
busy
that up.
beaver,
that Duchess. That Duchess sometimes can be one bit busy beaver.
Nice, thanks.
All right. So we've talked about, education, public education, especially public education in cities, Democrat-run cities.
Yeah.
And this story centers around a Baltimore high school student who had a 1.3 GPA after 4 years and only passed 3 classes total. I find that hard to believe.
There's something else.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if you're there for 4 years and you've only passed 3 classes, that means that it would have to be, it's 0.13. 0.1, not 1.13. Okay, I got it. 0.13. Was he at the top of his class? No. Out of 120 students, what do you think 0.13 GPA, where do you think he was in his ranking
No,
of
it
of
wasn't 1.3. It was 0.13.
0.13.
The whole article.
0.0. Right. So he had a 0.13 GPA. There's 120 students in his class. Where do you think his ranking was? Where do you think he was?
0.0.
You would think it would be pretty low.
That's the only thing I was thinking of about this.
Right. Any guesses from the...
He's got to be near the
Says
top.
Bud
It is
Barker says near the
Baltimore.
top. I'll tell you what he was. He was 62nd. He was right in the 50th percentile. He was 67th out of 120 with a 0.13. In high school, 4 years of high school. It's a wonder they can walk upright. Like, how do you do that? How does that work? I mean, the school should be taken over by somebody. The teachers should all be fired. It's a complete failure.
It is an absolute failure of the education system. And so here's the thing. This kid, if he was 0.13, right, at senior year, my guess is the kid didn't just fuck off through high school. I'm pretty sure he's pretty stupid through the rest of his years. And I'll say stupid because his parents, whoever was supposed to be involved in making sure he was educated, didn't do shit for him. You can't be surprised when your kid is just suddenly stupid.
No.
That is years of stupid.
Yes.
Built up.
Well, okay.
And,
Let's hang on.
yeah.
Let's not use the word stupid. Let's use the
uneducated.
word uneducated. Let's use, because you know what, he should have been taught or whatever they're doing. If he has got a 0.13 GPA and he's in the 50th percentile of his class, that means that the rest of the students are just as bad, if not worse. We're worse.
Right.
And how do teachers take home, how do they actually cash their paychecks if this is what
I don't know
happens?
how you sleep at night.
No,
being
they don't care.
A terrible student or a terrible educator like
Right.
that.
It's
'Cause
not.
clearly they just passed this kid through the system. Like, pew, pew, pew.
Okay. So you say that, right? So he had English in his freshman year, English 1. He failed. What did they do? They graduated him to English 2.
Yeah.
He failed again.
Yeah.
They graduated
Let's keep
him
moving
to
Yeah.
They just kept putting him. Same thing. He was also in Spanish. He had Spanish 1. He failed that. They moved him to
You know I
Spanish.
don't speak Spanish.
This kid did not have a chance. All right? Now, what did they do? They found this out and they decided that he can't graduate. So they moved him back to the 9th grade, so he has to start over again.
Yeah.
You stupid bastard.
Aaron says he was the valedictorian. Look.
The what?
The valedictorian. What did I say? Valedictorian.
I just like hearing you say it. Say it again.
Valedictorian.
Valedictorian.
Whatever. Fuck, another phone call. Whatever. Right.
Deuce, it's 856-477-1935. Thank you.
All right, so
Okay.
I will out myself, okay?
Yes.
Now, I don't know. Am I an unintelligent person? Would you think that I'm okay?
No,
All
I don't think
I
you're
went through high
unintelligent.
school. And I will tell you that there was 312 people in my class when I graduated. Out of the 312 people, where do you think that I graduated? What was my class rank?
I don't know. I'll say you're top third.
Top
Maybe.
third?
Maybe.
I was 302 out of 312.
Okay. So you
I
didn't do well in
had
school.
my cumulative GPA was a 1.00. I
So you weren't much ahead of this kid. Okay.
Well, he has a 0.13. I had a
Yo,
whole
stupid cocksucker.
Now, I'll say one thing about my education. Through half the year, they would send home warning letters.
Oh, yeah. Those are fun.
Right. And then my father would get them and then beat me. And then, the first part of the semester, I was allowed out. Okay. And then I would have all failing grades. And then they would send home the warning notices. All right. So then the second half of the year, to get my grades up, I would get like B's, C pluses, B's.
Counter.
Counter it, to bring my average up to a D. And my dad would say, and this is what it would make him mad. He goes, "You're not stupid. You're lazy.
You're not applying yourself."
Yeah, you're not applying yourself. You're just lazy. And I did that all the way through school. I'm one of those people that have to be pushed.
I almost didn't graduate, but yeah, I get that.
All right, so I sound like
Again, not because I'm stupid, but I certainly
two
didn't
dummies.
go. I didn't go. I cut.
Oh, you didn't
so
go.
Much.
I went.
I cut so much.
Now I had a
amazing.
sister, a smarty pants sister.
Oh,
that was
she
like
the smart one?
Oh yeah. So
Like,
and
here's
she would get
John.
she would get really good grades, and then so she would say,
Is she
to,
younger or older than you?
She's 2 years younger than me.
Oh, so you paved the way for her. So she,
Nope.
the good Jamingo came through.
Yeah. So she would tell my mom, "Hey, Mom, I got a report due, and I need to go to the library." Right. And then and my mom would take her to the library, and my mom would say, "John, do you have a report that you got to do? Your sister has a report." No, I don't have a report.
No, I did all my homework. Yeah.
It's Saturday morning, and I go to my mom. "Mom, I got to go to the library. I have a report due on Monday." The library's closed. The library's not open on Saturday and Sunday or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
Whether it was or wasn't. Whatever it was, I waited until maybe it was Sunday night that I said, "Hey, Mom, can I?"
You were totally the Sunday night student.
Yeah, I was a Sunday night guy that had to
Hey, Mom,
write a
can we go to the
report.
store? I need all these supplies for thing due tomorrow.
Right. So
The library can suck my dick.
Well, I know how you feel about libraries, John.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I think they're a waste of money and time. Now,
Clearly, because
back
they
then,
did so well for you. Yeah.
back then they were probably better, but like now they're just a big waste of money and time. All right, so now the mother is pissed off at the school, and I'm like, okay, again, people blaming people. If your kid had that low of a grade average, and you're just finding out about it now, you're not a good parent, because my mother and father were all up in my business when I was in school, way more than I needed. Now, if I was intelligent or had any common sense, what I would have done was just did whatever I wanted, just get C's. If I would have just got C's, I would have sailed through, but not
C's
me.
get degrees.
Not me. No, I got to go in there. I got to have them. And you would think that after like 9th grade it would be better. 10th grade it would. No, I did it all the way through high school.
Oh, I did the same thing. I was terrible.
Terrible student.
I
Hated
didn't apply myself.
Now, my issue was that I was immature. When I went to school, my birthday was right on the borderline where you'd have to wait another year. Or you go, and my mom's like, "This kid, I can't take him another year.
He's going to fucking school."
Yeah. So when I started,
so you're the baby of the class,
right? So when I started kindergarten, what is it? Kindergarten? I always call it South Jersey. We say kindergarten. You're like, what, they growing kidneys in a garden. So when I went to kindergarten, I was 4 years old. I started at 4 years old. I was an immature. I'm immature now.
You haven't changed.
I haven't changed.
You're just a giant kindergartner. What you
I'm
are.
just a
kindergartner.
Kindergartner.
What do you call it? Kindergarten?
Kindergarten. So I should have been left back. I should have been left back not once but twice.
You probably should have been left back in kindergarten, actually.
Yeah, I probably would have been.
That might have been a good base to start and then move it forward.
But this is what the teachers would say. He's not stupid. He just won't apply himself. And that's because I was too immature to do that. They should have just left me back. And then the other thing is I'm going to school with people because, where I was, there was kids that were left back. A lot. Like the kids that I went to high school with were like 2 years older than me. That's a big
kids
difference.
That were left back and were in your grade. You're a baby and they're 2 years older.
Right. I remember in 6th grade when we had to go to gym and we had to take a shower and this one kid came in there and he looked like a linebacker from the Eagles. He was full. I was like, why do you have hair there? I had no idea. Hair under his arm, a hairy chest.
Kid was a senior in high school. It was this kid. He was just held back. Yeah. Well, first of all, we didn't have to shower in school. Thank fucking God. We didn't have to do that. But I just bailed through school. I had the same issues. I was good probably till like my parents. There was a lot of shit at home with my parents, like divorce and all kinds of problems. It was a fucking nightmare. And I think that kind of ties in, not blaming them, but I think it tied into like, fuck it. It was a whole lot of fuck it for quite a few years. So
now, but
great parenting.
They're taking him all the way back to 9th grade.
I know.
So he's got to, and to be honest with you, I know, listen, he's going to graduate high school in his 20s, but at least maybe he'll get an education. I don't know, but you can't let these kids go out in the world and be illiterate. There's no way that you can let these kids go out in the world and be illiterate.
To be what?
Illiterate.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay. So remember how you said your parents were on top of you with your grades, with paying attention, right? Now, this was at the time where nothing was digital. Like they had to make a call to the teacher. Like they had to go out of their way to find out. Nowadays, you can dial in and see your kid's GPA. Like that. There's no excuse. You can't be like, well, I didn't know. Everything's on portals now. So it's just one of those, you just dial it in. You log into your kid's account, you see where their grades are. You can see if they're in fucking school. You can see how many absences they have. You can see it all.
So Duchess, the problem is you're a racist. Because how do you know that this woman had enough money to have a computer or even internet in her home?
You can use the free computers at the library. Or you could just go to the school and ask them.
Maybe she was too dumb to go to the library. I don't know. I mean, the mother must not have been.
Library? You could have gone to the school. Yeah.
I can't imagine the mother was a rocket scientist because the kid's in the senior in school and doesn't realize that her son has a 0.13 GPA.
Well, and the fact that she was very upset by it, like reading the article was just that she was devastated by it. I'm like, how are you surprised?
Right. She said, this is what she said about the school. She goes, he didn't fail. The school failed him. They failed at their job. I agree. I 100% agree, but you got to put yourself in there too.
It takes two. It's you have to look, the kids got to pass the shit that they're teaching for the most part. You got to read and write arithmetic. You got to know that stuff. And and I get it. If as a parent, there's a certain level. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they're teaching. I don't even know what this is. Like I can get through history. I can get through English. Once we hit like a level of math, I'm like, it's been a long time since I did algebra. I'm not good at this. You can get, the kids can stay after. They stay after. But it sounds like the school didn't give a shit. No. The kid didn't give a shit. No. The mom didn't give, nobody gave a shit until this happened. And then mom's like, the school's mean to my son. No, everybody failed everybody here.
You know what it was? It was daycare. It was daycare for kids. until they got out of high school. And now they turn these kids loose, and you don't know if they can read or write or add or how are they supposed to go out and get a job. They're going to be a blight on society. You know, who knows? I don't know.
Bad.
All I know is
it's a fucking shame, really.
Listen, I screwed myself because then once I got out of high school, I had to go back and learn all the shit that I didn't pay attention to. Out of school by myself. Yeah, I had to go, you know, it was like the school of hard knocks. Trust me, it wasn't easy. Not at all. You know, I went back to college. Like I waited until I was 25 and went to college, and I had to learn how to write, and it was horrible. I looked like an idiot. It's easier
when you go right from school because you remember more shit, and then all of a sudden when you go back, you have to take like that high school literacy test, and you're like, "Well, it's been like 9-10 years since high school. Shit,
well,
what is this?" Yeah.
So here's another thing. All right, so when I went into when I was in high school, you didn't pay for it. When I went to college, I had to pay for my own. I paid for my college. Like I didn't get my parents didn't pay for it. I didn't get loans or anything, grants or anything like that. I had to pay. What did I go to college for? Radio, TV, film. And I only need. When I dropped out, I needed 6 credits. Nine. I needed 9 credits to get my associate's degree.
You need to finich that. You're
I
so
didn't
close.
finish it.
Can you finish it? Can you go back?
I don't know. You know, it's funny. I just went the other day, and I called them, and I said, I need my. Can I get my transcript? And they go, yeah. When was the last time? When was the last time you were here? And I went, it was the fall semester of 1988. And she went, excuse me.
We have to go to the microfiche for that.
I said the fall semester of 1988. She goes, oh wow. And I said, yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah. So,
well,
but
I mean, did you get your transcripts?
I did get my transcripts. Matter of fact, I have them.
No.
You know what okay, so you know my college you know what my GPA was in college? It was
tell me it wasn't 0.13.
No. It was it was over a 3.5. So I was over 3.5.
When you pay for it, you're going to do better. You're like, fuck that. I'm not failing this. I'm not taking this again.
And I wanted to learn. So that was a different thing. I was just goofing off in school. Very immature.
Jose said they had to go pull the stone tablets.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah. That's when they still typed them. Like you got them as a typed font. I remember getting my school schedule, like I guess, well, not typed, but it was like on that, like the dot matrix printer, like the 3-part printer.
Right.
I think I still have some. I pulled out one of my yearbooks and I had one of my schedules in there. And I was like, holy shit. Why do I have this shit? Yeah. Crazy.
I was going to look real quick to see if I found it, but I don't. I'm not going to go try to find them.
That's all right.
But I do have them. I just got them just the other day to see if they, you know, what credits I had. So after college, John was like, "Elevators, here I come." Yeah, basically.
Union pays money.
Yeah. I don't know.
Pays lots of money. Yeah.
And
we all don't have elevator money, John.
Yeah, I don't have elevator money anymore either.
Not anymore. But you had elevator benefits, right? So.
Well, I have a pension.
There you go.
Which is good. Love to have that. Thank God for that. Thank God for the elevator pension. That's all I got to say. All right, so back to this. So now what do you do? Now that you see this is going on in Baltimore, do you think that maybe the people that run the schools in Baltimore or maybe the mayor or anyone there would try to see if they could step in? No.
Well, the mayor can't interfere, but...
Why can't the mayor interfere?
Well, I don't think the mayor can interfere with the school.
Don't she run don't they run the city council?
Well,
what's
that's
it, the Board of Education?
That's not the school. No, Board of Education is a whole separate bowl of wax.
Well, who the hell runs the goddamn schools?
The superintendent. They have a whole...
Oh, my God, the superintendent.
It's the Board of Education and then all the levels of that, but it's not a government. They're not part of the town government. The town government collects the tax money and disperses it. That's the only thing the town government is involved with. At least it is up here. Maybe it's all fucked up
raising
down
idiots, and nobody's paying attention. And these superintendents, and I don't know about you where it's like in Baltimore, but I'll tell you about here. You could have video of a superintendent raping a child, and you would still have a hard time firing them. That's how hard they are to get out of their job.
Yeah, it's a system to get hooked into for sure.
Yeah, if you got a school superintendent job, that's a job for life. You'll never leave, and they make buku money. They make like $250,000 a year.
Yeah,
I think it is.
And every school district has a superintendent.
Everyone has a superintendent, and I don't even know how many school systems we have here, but a lot. It's ridiculous.
Aaron
Have you heard the
says-
Baltimore mayor speak? He needs stupid kids. Yeah, I guess.
Wes Moore is an idiot. He's an idiot. Did you hear the leak they got going on in the Potomac? Like all the shit water going in?
Yeah.
So and they have not called the EPA. Are you fucking kidding?
So wait a minute. It's still got. It can't be stopped. Has it stopped yet?
I don't believe it has. I think that's still. I don't know how you can still.
Again, I know they're going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
I know this is horrible. All right, but here's the one thing about nature is nature will clean it up, because when I was younger, we used to go out in the river here, and they would do the same thing here in the Delaware River. You'd be out there water skiing, and you would water ski past turds. You would water ski through turds. And we didn't even think anything of it.
Me every time.
We didn't even think anything of it. So I don't know. But it's pretty amazing. And then they decided to clean up the river, and there was a Clean Water Act, and the river is in pretty good shape now. It's a hell of a lot cleaner than it was.
No, but still.
Here. No?
Well, it looks like Muriel Bowser, the D.C. mayor, declared the spill an emergency. So I guess they'll get some federal aid there.
Stop shitting in the water.
Yeah, I mean, it is D.C. and the Potomac never looks pretty. Like I drove by it when I drive by go to my daughter's, and it's just like some days I'm like, oh, it looks kind of brown. But now it's definitely brown. Ugh.
Here's the thing. It goes from the Potomac, then it goes out into Chesapeake Bay, and that's where all the Maryland crabs are. And you know what Maryland crabs are? They're bottom feeders. So what do you think is going to be eating shit for the next couple of years?
You're
Maryland
going
crabs.
for those blue claws. Now you'll be getting brown claws. Like
enjoy.
I wouldn't be
ladies
eating
and
any
gentlemen.
seafood from that fucking filthy place. Ew, that's a problem. I mean, it's the ecological problems that are gonna hopefully they can stop this, and I'm sure they will. But the ecological mess that it is nature always cleans up, but it takes a while.
Yeah, about 10 years, and everything will be back to normal
Yeah.
again if they don't do something else different.
But the health of all the creatures in there, that's bad. I mean, you can't have the poop-tomic. It's gross.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. What a
All
fucking
right.
shame.
Let's move on to the SAVE Act. So can you explain to me, while 84% of the Americans are in favor of the SAVE Act, why we can't get our representatives that we voted in to do the bidding of us, and we tell everybody that we want this, that they will not pass this bill? And the only reason, to me, is it's cheating.
Well, to keep the people who shouldn't be voting.
Or the only reason to me
the deck. Yeah.
is to make sure that the people that are here illegally can vote.
That's right.
And then again, why would you have some Republicans be against this?
I have no idea why.
All right. So here's a senator from Maryland, I think.
Well, clearly drinking the water, but okay.
Okay. He's drinking the poop water.
He's drinking poop water.
And he explains this pretty well.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It is the duty of those who want to filibuster a bill to speak. That's the way the filibuster is supposed to work. Senators who wish to stall or filibuster legislation must show up on the floor of the Senate, stand up, and speak as long as they can in opposition to the bill. But that's not the way it works today. The situation we find ourselves in today is more like the zombie filibuster, one that prevents legislation from coming to the Senate floor. Senators reap the benefits of a filibuster without putting in the work. The modern-day silent filibuster that the Senate uses is truly despicable. It allows legislation to die without debate, without explanation, and without accountability. This was never how the Senate was designed to function. If Democrats want to oppose the will of 83% of Americans who support the Save America Act, they should be required to do so openly, on the Senate floor, and in real time. The House has done its job 3 times now. It's time for the senators to finally do theirs.
All right, so he sent this, and what's his name? John Thune, the head of the Senate, won't bring it up, or there's some kind of silent. I don't even know what I don't know what the silent filibuster is. I have no idea. This is the first I'm hearing of it, And it's been going on for how long? I remember, what's his name, Spartacus, a couple months ago, get up there and talk, put diapers on and talk
and hooting and
for
hollering.
24 hours? I thought that's how they did this. How's the silent filibuster work? I don't understand it. And then I got to say, Republicans, what are we doing here? Why aren't we busting this filibuster? And because it's going to happen when they take over. I don't think this is ridiculous. I think I might have played this last week.
Okay.
This is fake yapper Jake Tapper talking to Schumer.
Okay.
About 83% of the American people, including majority Democrats, support voter ID laws.
Well, yeah, the voter ID laws that, first, each state can have its own voter ID laws, and some do and some don't. But secondly, what they are proposing in this so-called SAVE Act is like Jim Crow 2.0. They make it so hard to get any kind of voter ID that...
Okay, so Duchess, you're waving your hands frantically about this.
It's
go ahead.
So racist to say that people can't get IDs.
Well, he's blaming women like you that you're not smart enough if you've been married and divorced.
Thanks, Chuck. Go fuck yourself.
You cannot get your, it's John Crow. It's John Crow 2.0.
John Domingo 2.0.
Yeah, it's John Domingo 2.0.
It's the Domingo Act.
What you don't understand is the blacks, they're too dumb.
Yeah.
To get IDs to go in and vote, so and it's unfair to them that they're not that smart. They have to, and women, they can't vote because they've been these whores have been married and divorced so many times they don't have enough paper to print out their marriage certificates and your divorce certificates.
Yeah.
Sparky says the SAVE Act won't change anything. Illegals get driver's license. When that happens, they can vote because they have IDs. Okay, but this SAVE Act This SAVE Act was not thought out well. It's just a talking point, useless. All right, maybe you're right. I go back to that's a problem. Now,
well, you still need ID. Like everybody should have an ID. Like you can just walk in. I don't get asked for an ID.
Well, you're in New Jersey.
I know.
You could go out.
I could vote early, vote often. I could just
go out and turn around and go right back in again. You could. Now, if you get caught, you're in trouble.
Oh, of course.
All right. So here's the problem. Because women, they're not smart enough to get an ID. So here we go.
Congrats, you two. Can I see your ID to get married? Sure. Cool. Now can I see your ID for the marriage certificate? Absolutely. Oh, you changed your last name. Okay, I'll need your ID and marriage certificate to update your social security record. No problem. We're gonna need your ID to update your driver's license or state ID. Got it. Your passport needs to match your legal name. Can I see your ID? Yep. We're gonna need to verify your identity to update your bank account and verify new cards. Yeah, here's my ID. Can I see your ID before you board the plane? Yep. I'm gonna need to see your ID for controlled medication. Can I see your ID to make changes to your account? Can I see your ID to vote?
What did you say? That's sexist. How dare you?
I'm sorry, but didn't you just literally use it 12 times today? I have to show my ID to get married, change my legal name, update social security card, get a new driver's license, update my passport, fly on a plane, open and manage bank accounts, get prescriptions, verify my age, sign legal documents. But I'm sorry, voting is just where I draw the line. Do you hear yourself?
Yeah, that's literally it. That's literally it. And I can understand maybe not everybody has a passport. You do have to pay to get the passport. But, I mean, everybody has a birth certificate. Everybody.
You know who didn't have a birth certificate for the longest time? This guy. You know how hard it was to get a birth certificate?
There was one. You may not have had it in possession.
Correct.
So, but yes. Okay.
So I went to the county clerk. I gave them my driver's license, and I think I gave them my driver's license, and I think a electric bill or whatever.
Okay, to prove you were at your residence. You were.
And guess what they did? Right. They went in and looked it up, and they printed me a birth certificate. That was that hard. It took me, I don't know, 20 minutes, and whatever it cost,
was that recently?
$20. Yeah.
Like roughly
right here.
Like within so very recent, like within the past.
No, actually, it was in 2018 because I also went and got a passport. So I needed a birth certificate to get the passport.
Right.
So when I
So here's what I did, and this is something my mother had done for me, and suggested I do this as well. When each of my daughters was born, they give you paper. You have paperwork in the hospital. You fill out literally, like they hand you a shitload of papers, and one of them is to get a social to put in for a social security card for your child, like immediately. So that's that, and you can order a birth certificate. I ordered 10 for each of my daughters, so I had a stack of birth certificates, and let me tell you, they came in handy. And, for all the things we need for when they needed to go to school, when they needed to update records, just whatever you need your birth certificate for, which is a lot more than maybe you're not thinking it off the top of your head, but they go, oh, you need birth certificate, driver's license, any type of ID at all. So when they got their passports, they needed their birth certificates. And we misplaced a copy here or there, or they got sent off and never came back or whatever, but we have them. And when they moved out, they got all their papers in a file folder. There you go.
Good luck.
Well,
Good luck.
And they're
It's on you now.
But the girls were very good about keeping their records. They actually have file folders of papers that are important. Don't lose them. Here's your titles. All that stuff. So, I mean, frankly, if you have a child, if you're going to birth a child, buy the fucking birth certificates, and it's not hard. You can do it online now. Like you can go back, and we had to hunt Paul's down years ago because he wanted to get a passport, and the hospital that he was born at had closed up and burned down. Like so, there was
mine. They tore mine down. The hospital that I was born at, they tore it down.
And the hospital wasn't even. And we had to figure out what hospital it was.
Well, don't you just go to the county that the hospital was in?
Well, it was in New York. It was in New York City State.
Oh.
He was up. I don't know where it was.
I don't know.
In one of the boroughs, and so I was like, you need to find out where it was, but it took maybe a few phone calls, and he had to order it, I think, online. He had to send in proof of who he was. And then we got him. I bought like 9 of them, 9 or 10. I bought a bunch of them because I was like, we just need them. And then if we don't ever need them again, fine, whatever. But we have them. And that's it. It was not that hard. If you're going to get married, you have to have it. If you're going to get divorced, go put your fucking name back. Or don't change your name. That's a whole nother discussion, I understand. But so don't change your name.
Okay.
Then
all right.
everything
So
fucking
guess
matches.
what? The president weighed in.
It's time for Trump. Tweets read by Kate. Will Trump be happy or irate? Will it make us laugh or will it be a groaner? Either way, Sparky Toaster will have a raging boner. Have a raging boner.
We are going to have a Save America Act one way or the other after approval by Congress through a very proper use of the filibuster, or at minimum by a talking filibuster a la Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Save America Act. All voters must show voter ID, identification. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel.
Whoops.
Trump tweet by Kate. Was it fire or just fake? The chapel said it straight. Trump tweet by Kate. That was a Trump tweet read by Kate. Did she Jamingo or was it great? Now the chat decides her fate. That was a Trump tweet read by Kate.
Wait a minute. Where
are you?
There I am.
There we go.
I'm sorry.
You're an idiot.
You know what's going? Here's what's happening. Jody B is messaging me stuff
How rude. We
for
have a
this
show.
game.
It doesn't
I
matter.
understand that, but like,
Oh, but I gotta play poker, so fuck
gotta
the
go
show.
play poker. Yeah.
Poker. Well, it don't matter.
Now, I wonder. Hang on a second here. Let me
You
go
know,
back.
I just want to shout out and say thank you to Sparky, who always claps and says yeah and cheers me on.
Of course,
Thank
he
you.
loves that segment.
Thank you, Sparky.
All right, so I don't know if this
Jody
is
goes, I didn't want to forget. But the problem is, Jody, you sent it to John, and now look at him. He is in fucking La La Land. Are you sharing the links for poker?
Whoops.
In the comments?
Did I send the wrong one? I thought that was the other one. All right, well, if anybody wants to show off, I just fucked up and sent it in.
Jody's
when you're stirring the pot.
Yeah. See what happened, Jody?
Don't
Like, you
share
got 'em
that.
all
How do
over
I
the
get that
fucking
out?
place.
How do I delete that? Hold on. Let me
Are you
delete
deleting-
that.
do you wanna delete the
comment.
links?
Delete comment.
Oh my God.
Jesus, John.
Jody literally says, "Don't fucking share that."
Yeah,
I'll
don't share
highlight
it.
it though. That's
Thanks,
cool.
stupid.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was the one where everybody could go watch. Damn it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's for all the lady boys. That's what that's for. Go over and watch that.
Jesus
all right.
Christ. You're a fucking mess, John. What are you doing?
I'm excited. I want to go play poker. I can't help it.
There you go for suck. Dumb.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Jody's like, because if you want to go watch it live, I think it would be fun to watch us play poker live, Jody B and myself and other people.
Bud Bugger wants to know, how do I sit? I guess for the game? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. But here's the link if you want to go to YouTube and watch it. There it is right there. What do you want from me? All right. I'm sorry. Dumb. Okay. If you think the SAVE Act is bad, right now they want to put out the Trans Bill of Rights.
Oh my good God.
All right. And
are they not humans?
Okay.
Does it not count?
Well,
to
here's
human rights?
because again, the trans people. It's horrible what we're doing to the trans people. I'm so sick of this because we've explained this several times, and again, this isn't. Next week, John shares his OnlyFans credentials.
That just goes to the bank.
This is what happens when I go off script. I'm not good at this. Okay. All right, what's her name now? I just know her as one of the squad. Her name's like
Jopel.
Jopel Popel.
Yeah.
I don't know her name. I apologize. She's going to explain to us about the.
Yeah, I can't remember her fucking.
All right, here we
I don't
go.
care. I know I don't like her.
To trans people everywhere.
Oh, fuck
I also
yourself!
want you to
Jesus Christ.
know this. Those people are threatened by your strength, by your joy in being fully who you are.
That's a lie. We're not threatened. We're not threatened by your joy or knowing who you are. There's what people can use this for good and people can use this for evil. In other words, yes, there are people that have gender dysphoria, and the treatment for that is transitioning into a woman. There are also people that are autogynephilia, who this is a fetish where they go into they're men and they go into women's spaces. All right, and then there's also those that just use this as a social contagion, and they're doing this for I don't know, for whatever reason.
They get their fucking rocks off. It's
right,
jolly.
but the thing is, what we really want to do is protect biological women. That's all we really want to do. And keep your hands off the children. In other words, don't start doing this to children until they're 18. Okay? That's all we want. It's not that much.
Really is, yeah.
And the fact that you can't get over this and you continue this lying bullshit, it just infuriates me.
Those who fight against trans people are just jealous of the
Of what? What are we jealous of?
freedom
Jealous?
that they have taken to be fully who they are.
Oh, go
And so those people just want to destroy that rather than imagine what it would be like to be fully who they are.
So if somebody is autogynephilic, if that's how you say that,
okay.
I don't know, and he wants to go in and be in women's spaces and he wants to do all that, is that something that we should celebrate that? Or should we
this bitch got a dick.
Should we remove them and protect women? I want to protect women. Should we allow a man that is says he's a female go into a female sports where he has an immense advantage and participate in that sports and take places away from women? Why do we have women's sports? We have women's sports because men are physically they're
built different. You're just different.
Exactly.
Two genders, men's league, women's league.
Yeah. It's all.
You want a third league? Make it the whatever the fuck you want to be league. There you go. There's your league. You can go in there.
Wise words from our young people. So today, the Trans Bill of Rights makes those freedoms we all deserve as clear as the paper they are written on. And we intend to continue this fight until we win this fight.
Yay.
Well, the way they're going, they're probably going to win. I'm sure of it because We can't even get the Republicans to step up for the SAVE Act. We can't get them to step up for anything. So who fucking even knows?
All right. So in Kansas,
that dumb bitch needs to stop. And
in
the
Kansas,
fact that she's go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
Just,
I thought you were
the
done.
fact she's indulged, and that this is even a fucking thing. We have human rights. We don't need special additional rights for the smallest population that is a fucking mess. A lot of them. Not all of them. I'm sure there's some, but lately the news hasn't been kind. I mean, what's going on with that? So, I mean, we need special rights now? Fuck that.
Well, my thing is, and especially in sports, right? There's a difference between a biological male and a biological female. And I was watching Pierce Morgan the other day, and there was a woman who's from California, and she's running for governor. And she believes that biological males, trans women, should compete in tracks. She says that there's really no difference between a trans woman and a regular woman.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So, and then she's like, well, is there a problem? Like, again, we're not like, okay, if there is a trans man, if there's a woman that transitions into a man and wants to play sports with men, we don't care.
I don't give a shit.
We don't care. Yeah, because you don't have an
she's
advantage.
Not going to win.
Right. All right. If the worst person in the NBA decided that they transitioned to a woman and played in the WNBA, they would be the greatest player of all time. Okay. The women's World Cup soccer team who won the World Cup played a junior varsity high school team and got beat 8-0. All right. Now, are they fantastic soccer players for women? They are. They're some of the best. Would they stand up in a men's league? No, they would not. So
that's why we have a women's league.
Right.
That's
so if
why.
A woman that transitioned to a man comes in and says, "Hey, can I play basketball with you guys?" We're like, "Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's go. Guess what? Zipper tits, take your shirt off. We're skins. Let's go. Come on, let's run it. Let's run it back. Let's run 5-on-5." Yeah, we don't care. We don't care that you had your boobs cut off. We don't. If you want to run, that's fine with us. We don't give a shit. You don't have. We're not afraid of it. Right? In Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Duchess. I didn't mean to cut
I'm
you
sorry.
off.
I keep interrupting you. I don't mean to. It's frustrating because, there's a reason the women's league was created is so we could excel against women.
Each other.
Right.
Make it a fair fight.
Exactly. And we don't have a fair fight. And again, who's that Leah, what's the swimmer, right?
Leah Thomas.
Thomas. I want to say Thompson, and that's the actress. But so Leah Thomas, who's clearly built different, broader shoulders, longer arms, different, like the everything is different. You're not comparing apples to apples. You're comparing apples to a fucking banana here. I mean, you're just built different. Your reach, your wingspan, everything.
Look,
and I don't know baby. People can insist that just because he puts on a lady's bathing suit and takes some estrogen, it's the same thing. It's fucking
tucks his
not.
cock behind him. Look,
well, that'll streamline him, but come on.
There would be some guys that transition into women that I would allow to participate in women's sports. Dylan Mulvaney.
All or none. No,
Dylan Mulvaney. Do you think that he could? Do you think he's got a physical advantage over women? I don't know. Maybe he does. I understand.
But no. Well, certainly, no. No, because it's either men and women compete together, or you have separate men's and women's leagues. So you can't just have. You just can't. Like it's just. Here you go. Josh says, I would dominate in women's hockey and I'm dog shit in men's.
See?
I don't think you're dog shit, but
all right. So in Kansas, they just passed a law that women cannot participate in men's sport. Trans women can't not participate in women's sports. They can't go into women's spaces. And they cannot transition children. So they passed this law in the state of Kansas. And one of the representatives is very upset about this.
A woman, right?
A trans woman.
Of course.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On its face, this bill obviously discriminates against transgender people in ways that make our lives exponentially more difficult and dangerous. But more insidiously, it is yet another way of policing women and our bodies in the absence of men and masculinity being subjected to the same scrutiny.
I don't understand.
You're not a fucking woman. Stop it. Stop it. Don't say women like us. No. You're not a woman like us. No. You're not. He does not. He. This person does not look like a woman. And I don't mean just like, so sometimes there's some bigger gals and that's fine. But when you come in, you're like, it's against us women, you know, in his man voice. What? What are you saying?
Well, even the representative from Delaware, McBride, kind of sounds like a woman. The guy, his name was, his dead name was Timothy. Sarah, I think, Sarah McBride, I think her name is now. His name, whatever. It's so confusing. And again, if you're an adult, and if I met up with Sarah McBride somewhere, I would not dead name Sarah. All right, I would be respectful. I would do that. But if Sarah was going to play sports against one of my daughters or something like that, I'd have a problem with it. Or if Sarah was going to go into change in a changing room with where my daughters were, I'd have a problem with that.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah,
I
Bob
don't
says
go into a locker room or anything where there's a man.
Yeah, exactly. Who wants to do
That's why
that?
it's a men's room and a ladies' room. That's why.
Leah Thomas was changing in bathing suits in front of women, and they were horrified. And they said they tried to say something, and they said that if they continue to say something, that they would be disciplined. Not Leah.
We would be. Yeah, the women would be like, "Well, you're not tolerant." Go
so as far as
yourself.
Right.
Why do I have to be tolerant? Because there's a guy in here waving his dick around.
Holy moly, that's a huge cock.
Why do I have to see that?
I feel like I'm standing up for women in this situation, and I'm not apologizing. Did you get to Neil deGrasse Tyson wanting to use hormone ratio to decide who plays with men and women? No, I don't care. I don't care because here's the deal. With due respect to Neil, here's my issue with that.
Go look at the stars.
If you grow up as a male and you've had testosterone, your body is you already have an advantage, and you can't take that back. It's not like if you start taking estrogen, it doesn't mean like it takes away from all that testosterone.
Well, then you look like Michael Phelps with boobs. You know what I mean? Like you're just a big dude with tits. You know, you're not going to get a period. You're not just going to, like, I Dream of Jeannie, someone's going to come bob their head and you're a chick. It's not going to do that. You're just a man who now wants to be a woman. I'm a gal. You're not a fucking gal. Like, you're not. Yeah.
Let me let her finish.
Oh. Sorry.
There's no
Sorry, sir,
outrage
ma'am.
about trans boys playing in sports. There's no hand-wringing about husbands and sons sharing their bathrooms with trans men.
But you know what? He's right. We don't care if a woman comes into our restroom. We don't have to fear them raping us.
Thank you.
Yeah. We don't have to fear them attacking us. We don't have to.
Yeah. Look at that shooter from the other night, right?
Yes.
He was not dainty. He had humongous arms. He was a large, big dude. Like, and clearly nuts. But like, if he wanted to physically be somewhere, who's stopping that?
No woman's stopping.
Am I going to fight a guy who looks like that?
No.
No.
Right. Guys that would have a problem with him. So again, you're playing sports with a trans man who used to be a woman. We don't care because that person doesn't. They don't have an advantage. That's fine. Look, I'm not going to say that there's not women that are better basketball players. I played a lot of basketball when I was growing up, and I sucked.
Good for you.
Thanks. I sucked. And there was a couple times there were some girls that played college ball, and they would come play with us, and they were a lot better than I was. And that's fine. We don't care. But again, they were better, but they didn't have a physical advantage. Not saying that they couldn't be better. They can, but it's different.
Bob called us the bigot bunker.
All right, hang on. I got a couple. I'm sorry. Let me let him finish.
Mm-hmm.
This is about blaming women for the bad behavior of men.
What?
Hang on. Let me back that up because I was hoping I didn't want you to step on that up. Listen to this closely.
All right.
This is about blaming women for the bad behavior of men.
Do you get that?
No. No,
All
why
right,
would
so
he say that?
what he's saying is because now that he's a woman, we're blaming women because of the bad behavior of men. You still don't get it.
I don't. It makes no fucking sense to me.
Hang on. Stay with me now.
Okay.
He believes that he's a woman. And now we're blaming women because of when they were men or men have bad behavior. And because he was a man and now is a woman, we're taking now, like that erases everything. Now that he's put on a dress and has put on a fake bra and pantyhose, that he gets absolved from any kind of fuckery.
Because he switched teams?
Yeah, because he switched teams, he gets absolved of any fuckery that men have done.
Oh.
Josh says, wait, this is Spider-Man pointing.
This is exactly what that is.
The Spider-Man, yeah. All right, I just got to get through this. Let me get through this and then we can be
Here you
done.
go. Wait a minute, hang on. Razor Wire, Steve says he's a gaslighting piece of shit. Thank you. 100%.
And we may be done with this travesty in the State House. Now we've just unleashed it upon our families and our friends and our colleagues. And this is an embarrassment and a disgrace, and it is going to no doubt ruin lives. Thank you, Mr.
100%.
Yeah.
It is a fucking disgrace and travesty that this is even a thing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
Look, if you're grown, you're a grown adult and you decide that's who you want to be, go for it. 100%. You do you, boo. Whatever. But don't you can't put lipstick on pig and then say it's a cow. It's not. It's not. You can't change it. Just because you dressed up or you put some boobs on or you even cut things off, you're still biologically, and I know people don't like to believe in science lately, you're a fucking man. You're built like a man. You can't take them away.
Here's the deal.
I don't, it is shocking that this is a discussion.
And it continues to go on. And we've allowed
and
it.
I'm a phobe. I'm a transphobe because I'm
No,
like,
we're not.
but it's, well,
We're not afraid of them.
I'm not.
We're
but
protecting
that's
real
how I would
women.
be referred to.
Right.
Like I don't care what you do. Like
No,
you can't be in ladies' sports.
I'm not apologizing for being protective of women from men who are pretending to be women. That's all. That's it. That's all. Look, I can't say that I'm thin. I can't identify as thin. All right. I can't say, guess what? You can't call me fat. I identify as thin. That doesn't work. I can't say that I'm a gorilla. I can't identify as a gorilla and walk around because they say, well, that's ridiculous. Well, is it as ridiculous as this? Yeah. Now, look, if you're an adult and you want to dress up as a gorilla and go out in the world and live as a gorilla, I don't care. If you're an adult and you want to dress up as a woman and go out and pretend that you're a woman, and I don't care. I don't care as long as you stay out of women's spaces because they're for women. That's all. I don't think this is that hard.
You men fucking ruin everything. You have men's spaces and then women's spaces, but they're for men too. Like everything's for you. You
say that, but here I am standing up for women, and women are over there saying that no, yeah, it's not us, it's you again. Once again,
the graphic Mike put up with the spider.
Right. Once again, women fuck this up. Right. We're over here trying to protect you, and you guys are like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Hey, look, I know we're getting really close to running out of time. I know. I got to play this. President Trump brought up a grandmom out of D.C.
Oh, yeah.
I love this so much. I got to play this.
Right, play this, and then we got to go to voicemails. So.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Have a hug.
Have a hug. And you know what? Here's the thing about Trump. He's so awkward trying to hug somebody on stage. Like watch this.
He does not want to touch people.
Oh, look at this.
You notice he kept her like at a distance still.
There was no breastage to breastage touch. There was none. Yeah. All right, here comes Grandma. I'm sorry.
Please.
I like him too. One thing I like about him, he keeps it real just like Grandma. I appreciate that because I can trust him because he tells exactly how he feels and what he thinks. Thank God for this president. I am filled, my cup runneth over. Because he allowed his constituents, his people to come to my house to interview me, to talk about the murder of my grandson. It seemed like nobody cared. I'm an advocate for murder. I marched. I rallied. I pulled out other families in the District of Columbia that had murders and did not have answers. Ooh. We marched and we rallied, and nobody heard me, Democrats. Get mad at me. Until this Republican sent his constituents, his people out there to interview me in my home. Have you ever heard of a thing? Then they invited me twice before Congress to testify for the beautiful bill that's going to change crime in the district. If you kill somebody, okay, you take a life, you do life. Just that simple. If you do a harsh crime, you do harsh time. Just that simple. And then we need National Guard, and which we did years ago. He brought it on. I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
You go, Grandma.
You go, Grandma.
Because Grandma said.
Because Grandma said it. And then today on
Get
The
off his
View,
back.
on The View today, that slave trader, Sonny Hostin, called him a racist several times. I mean,
she
those
loves it. She loves
those
calling
people
him
over there are just
I hope
horrible.
they sue him. I really do.
I know. All right. Let's get into voicemails. My co-host from the Brand X podcast, Deuce, he listens to the show. He's a fan. I appreciate him. I do. And whenever I do things wrong, he drops his head, he shakes his head, and he tells me about it, usually on the Brand X podcast. And I said, why wait this long, you know? Why not just call in and let me know when I've made mistakes? And of course, Deuce, being the good friend that he is, he obliged me. So here's Deuce.
John, you dolt. Once again, you struggle with the English language. Regarding Pam Bondi, what you're struggling to say is her behavior was beneath the office, not above the office.
Okay.
And the second thing that you struggled with, if I can remember now, the proper expression in English is I could not care less.
Yes.
Where you always say I could care less, which is not absolute rock bottom, because you're saying that you could absolutely care less by not saying the word not.
Okay.
So, hope that helps. Yeah.
It probably won't,
He's
but
not wrong.
I'll try. I'll try to be better. You know, it's funny. I think I say I couldn't care less. But I say it so fast. I couldn't care less. It sounds like I could care less. No, I think I know that I couldn't care less.
I have to go back and listen.
Yeah, I got to go back and listen myself. The other
But
day, I said
couldn't care
something.
less.
I was listening back to the show, and I listened, and I was like, oh, that's a mistake right there. I can't remember what it was, but it is.
You get the problem is you get on a roll, and then like just stuff starts flinging out of your mouth, and I'm like, okay. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. All right, we have Dean. Here's Dean.
Okay.
Hey, peeps. How's it going? All white Dean here. The other day, a man sat on a towel on a beach. He had no arms and legs. 3 women walked past him and felt sorry for him. The first one said, "Have you ever had a hug?" He said no. So she hugged him and walked on. The second one said, "Have you ever had a kiss?" He said no. So she kissed him and walked on. The third one said, "Have you ever been fucked?" He said no as his eyes lit up. She said, "You will be when the tide comes in."
I like it.
I thought it was going to go a little differently.
I figured she was going to pick him up and throw him in the water. Yeah.
Now you're fucked.
Now you're fucked. Here's Half Black Neil.
Hey, what's up, my Snickers? It's Fat Black Neil. Why aren't there any pharmacies in Africa?
Why aren't there any pharmacies in Africa? I don't know. Duchess?
No idea.
Okay.
Because you can't have medicine on an empty stomach.
Stop. I hate that. I hate this.
All right, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go play some poker.
Oh, God forbid. Yeah.
Hopefully this will...
Well, can you let me get through the finish? I think I can do it.
I think I got enough time for you to go do the...
It only takes a minute. You got time.
I know.
Huh?
All right, everybody. We're going to see you Monday. Hey, look, today's
See you
Thursday.
Monday.
I know what day it is. Yay.
Yay.
It's amazing. All right, we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Nope.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Boomer Bunker. We'd love for you to become a bunker dweller and join us live. Catch our live streams every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. And if you've just found us, be sure to follow or subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app so you never miss a new episode. And hey, while you're there, do us a solid. Share the show, tell a friend, and leave a review. It really helps. For show updates, shenanigans, and general tomfoolery, follow us on social media. All the links are in the show notes or simply visit boomerbunker.com. And we'd love to hear from you. Got something to say? Please shoot us an email at theboomerbunker@gmail.com. You can also send a text or leave a voicemail at 856-477-1935.